Anyway, welcome everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Moses. I will first of all try to give a shout out to Sheppy. Sorry, I call him Sheppy. When they reached out to me about organizing this, that was about a month and a half ago. And I've been a mentor to Sheppy since I was a kid. Stephen, the same thing, just as he said. That's my legacy that I think I want to leave behind. Most of the things I want to talk about, my brother here has already covered most of it, Steve. So I don't want to talk too much because I seem to talk too much. So what I want to say to us as Africans or foreigners, doesn't matter where we come from. You see, where we come from, people come to us. You see, in the Western world, you gotta go to people. So people talk about mental health. I can understand that it exists. I've experienced it with few people that I know. The Nigerian guy, 37, used to come and talk to me. I knew he was struggling to belong. Good-looking boy, always well-dressed, working the mines. So money is not the problem. It's making money, but for whatever reason, he just feels socially isolated. And I did my best like I do for most people. I got two big boys myself. And I always talk to this brother. You know, he used to do 2-on, 2-off, and 1-off. 2-on, 2-off or something, I can't remember the terminology. So I advised him and said, why don't you do 3-on? Because I realized that in this country, the more time you have, the more problem you're going to have in this country. I've been here 35 years, I know what I'm talking about. So when you have more time, you actually have a problem. So what happened to us where we come from? We have the community. We so rely on community. You can have 10 children, and the aunties, the neighbors, the next door, the uncle, everybody bring them up with the same value. But in this country, you're all alone. And the mistake that we're doing, I was very fortunate, someone pointed it out to me a long time ago. Like I said, I got two big boys now, the 33 and 30. I got a great relationship with my children. I'm very lucky that, luck is what you created, they say. But someone pointed it out to me a long time ago. He goes, what do you find important in your life? Because everyone can define success, wealth in a 10, 20, 30 different ways. For me, this is success. I mean, all these people here, Vic is there. I talk to him all the time. I got hundreds of boys that I talk to for nothing, just to make sure I'm like the father figure, you know? And I hope I'm of value to them, because someone told me something a long time ago. How do you want to be remembered? Do you want to die like you've never been born? Damn, that was... At the funeral, I went to a funeral, and this old man come and sit down next to me. He goes, you gotta ask yourself a question. Do you want to die like you've never been born? And I said to him, I don't understand. And he said, most people, when they die, and they got buried, once they go under the ground, even their family forgets them within a week or two. So you gotta ask yourself, so what gives our spirit positive? So I don't know anything about Bible. I'm very spiritual, I'm not religious, but I believe there is more to. Look, first of all, I actually like to thank everyone that made time to be here today. Honestly, give yourself a round of applause to be here today, because you can have 20 different excuses of not being here. And that's what we're missing. We always think we're busy. My brother covered it before. I've done it before. When I first came here, I was doing 3 jobs, 4 jobs. So to talk about to elaborate on what Steve said earlier on, You see, we have to get to a point in this country where you have to ask yourself, everything we do is a choice. I want you guys to believe me. You see, you guys are lucky. Majority of you have a degree or anything. I didn't even finish year 9. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? So, to me, there are two things in life. There is knowledge and there is wisdom. So 95% of human population have knowledge. Knowledge without wisdom is useless. So when people say you're a smart guy, they're actually indirectly insulting you in the new world today. You know why? Because smart people don't do anything. They're too busy being smart. So you don't want to be smart, you want to be wise. That's why wise people employ smart people. So we don't want to be smart. We don't come all the way from Nigeria, from Congo, from Africa. What do we do here? How long can we sell our time for? That's what someone taught me. I was very fortunate. My first business partner taught me that. Because Moses, you got to pay people to do this stuff. You got to build a team. We only got 24 hours every day. My brother said it before. I used to do it. I used to work 16 hours. I used to do double shift in the prison. I don't work anymore. But my point is, we can all do that. There's nothing special about just saying to yourself, we got to stop lying to ourselves, because that's another thing that we do as humans. We lie to ourselves a lot. But at the end of the day, who are the lies going to affect? It's us. So I say to some of my brothers here that got little kids or big kids, I say, do you want to be a dad or you want to be a father? Because there's a big difference. A dad is just a provider. Any idiot can be a dad. That's why you have step, dad, step, everything is stepping, right? But a father will provide, will protect, will encourage, inspire, show vision. That's a father. So that's why they call it Father's Day. They don't call it Dad's Day. They don't call it Daddy's Day. So there are a lot of things that we're missing, because children is our future. For me, I can talk for myself. Without my children, I'm nothing. And I make it clear to them since when they were kids. People that know me, they know the relationship I have with my kid. Right? So please, brothers, I'm glad there's a female here. Welcome. But so my point is, I believe everything starts from home. In Nigeria, when I was growing up, they say charity begins at home. Right? My brother touched on suffering and smiling. There's a guy called Fela. I used to go to his show. There's a song called Suffering and Smiling. That's what we do. But that's lying to ourselves. So you have to ask yourself, this is what I asked myself years ago. What is more important to me right now? What makes me happy? No, I don't even like using certain words. I don't use happy. I use peace. What makes you peaceful? To me, I believe that it's our children, because that's the future. Can you imagine we blink? I'm 64, by the way. That's not the point. In Africa, we don't talk about age, right? But my point is, at this point in my life, I don't care about money. I don't care about nothing. For people that know me, I don't talk about money. You know why? Because we're in Australia. Any idiot can make a living in this country. But we sacrifice our life for this money. So I say to my children, when are you going to start making money work for you, as opposed to you working for money till you die? Any idiot can do that. There's so many things we can do, but we just keep selling our time. But you know the scary part of that? God is so powerful. We don't know how much of that time we got, but we keep selling it. This could be the end. I can have my jollof rice now, and that's the end of me. I'm not scared to die, because I know what I've given. So what are you prepared? Starting from your family, what do you want to leave behind? Please, I want us to start thinking about that. What do we want to leave behind? So before I go, I used to have what I call the 3 C's of life. Now it's 4. So number 1 C is chances. Number 2 C is choices. The third one is changes. And the last one is, it's so powerful, is what is your passion? So I'll break it down, right? The number 1 C is everyone in this room, every human being on this planet, you will be given a chance at one point in your life to do something, right? You will be given a chance to come to Australia. It's a chance to go and study, to have children, to have a baby, to get married, to have business. It's all chances. Are you going to make the right choice to take that chance? Then when you make the choice, are you willing to change? Because that is why we are suffering. We're not changing. We're not embracing change. So I always say, please embrace change. What are we willing to give up to get to the next level? Because for every new level, there's a new devil. So you have to be able not to be scared. Don't do normal. Everybody do normal. Honestly, please, let's do something that wake us up at night. For me personally, I don't agree with sleeping 8 hours. I don't sleep 8 hours. Because by the time you wake up, the whole world is gone. I think that's one thing that I don't like saying this. The white people created that to control us. Do you sleep 8 hours in Nigeria or in Congo? Do we die? No. But we come here and they tell us, you gotta sleep 8 hours. I don't sleep 8 hours since I've been in this country. Even as of now, if my wife is here, she'll tell you. 4 hours max. My brain is always working. So please, brothers and sisters, I want us to, even if it's one thing that you get from me, from the other brother, from Steve, that you think makes sense, please don't wait. Use it. Straight away, start using it. So oh, this brother makes sense. What are you waiting for? That's how I learn. I talk about knowledge and wisdom, right? Knowledge is what you're taught. You can be taught with knowledge. Going to uni, there's nothing wrong with that. But wisdom is the most powerful thing. That's what kept me going. Wisdom is life skill. What have you done to challenge yourself? Do you just want to be comfortable? The Chinese say comfort kills. I got a Chinese business partner. It took me to China. Chinese don't believe in comfort. Comfort kills. When you're too comfortable, that's gone. So please, welcome. I'm glad that few of you come here tonight. I'm actually disappointed that there's not a lot of young people in the crowd. I will talk differently if I'm talking to young people because they are the future. I really believe so. They are the future. They want to learn. You got to keep learning. We have to. That's another thing. I know this brother want to take the mic from me. I'm not going to give it to him now. But please, we have to keep learning. So before I go, this is the last. This is the last. So I tell to my children, if you don't want to learn, no one can help you. If you're willing to learn, no one can stop you. No one can stop you. Then when you learn, take away the first letter, boom, L, you start earning. Thank you. Let's give a round of applause once again. Thank you, Moses, for sharing your awesome wisdom as always.